Are you ready to master the world of Python API development and ace your certification? Most developers know how to write a function, but building secure, scalable, and professional-grade APIs requires a much deeper understanding of frameworks, authentication, and data validation. In this video, we will cover Python API development certification practice questions full mock exam guide. Boost your career with our comprehensive Python API development certification practice guide. In this video, we dive deep into 30 high-yield practice questions designed to mirror the actual Python API development certification exam. We cover everything from REST principles and FastAPI to Flask, security, and deployment. Before we jump into the first question, make sure to hit that subscribe button for more certification guides. Grab a notebook, and let's see how many you can get right. Which HTTP method is considered idempotent and is typically used to update an existing resource? By replacing it entirely? Option A, post. Option B, patch. Option C, put. Option D, get. The correct answer is C. The put method is idempotent, meaning that multiple identical requests should have the same effect as a single request in RESTful API design. Put is used to update a resource by sending the entire updated representation. If the resource does not exist, it may create one. Post is not idempotent, and patch is used for partial updates, while get is for retrieval only. In FastAPI, what is the purpose of using pydantic models in path operation functions? Option A, to handle database migrations automatically. Option B, to define the request body schema and perform data validation. Option C, to manage asynchronous task queues. Option D, to configure the Uvicorn server settings. The correct answer is B. FastAPI leverages pydantic for data validation and serialization. When you define a class inheriting from pydantic's base model, FastAPI uses it to parse the incoming JSON request body, validate that the types match, and provide automatic documentation via Swagger UI. If the data is invalid, it returns a 422 unprocessable entity error automatically. When implementing OAuth 2 with bearer tokens in a Python API, where is the token typically sent in the HTTP request? Option A, in the set cookie header. Option B, within the JSON request body. Option C, in the authorization header using the bearer prefix. Option D, as a query parameter in the URL. The correct answer is C. According to the OAuth 2 standard, bearer tokens should be sent in the authorization HTTP header. The format is authorization bearer less than token greater than. While tokens can technically be sent in query strings or bodies, it is highly discouraged due to security risks like server logs exposing the token or browser history leaks. In Flask, which decorator is used to handle a dynamic URL where a specific ID needs to be passed to the function? Option A, at app.root, item less than int, item underscore id greater than. Option B, at app.get, item underscore id. Option C, at app.path, item id. Option D, at app.url underscore param, item id. The correct answer is A. Flask uses variable rules in the root decorator to capture segments of the URL, using syntax like less than converter. Variable underscore name greater than, such as less than int. Item underscore id greater than, allows Flask to pass that segment as a keyword argument to the decorated function. The int converter ensures the variable is cast to an integer before reaching the function. Which 4xx status code should be returned when a user attempts to access a protected resource without providing any authentication credentials? Option A, 400 bad request. Option B, 401 unauthorized. Option C, 403 forbidden. Option D, 405 method not allowed. The correct answer is B. The 401 unauthorized status code is specifically intended for use when authentication is required and has failed or has not yet been provided. 403 forbidden, on the other hand, is used when the server understands the request but refuses to authorize it. Often used when a user is authenticated but lacks specific permissions. What is the primary advantage of using async def in FastAPI compared to standard def? Option A, it makes the code run faster for CPU-bound tasks. Option B, it allows the server to handle many concurrent connections efficiently using an event loop. Option C, it automatically encrypts the response data. Option D, it prevents the need for any database drivers. The correct answer is B. FastAPI is built on Starlet and supports asynchronous programming. Using async def allows the application to utilize an event loop, meaning while one request is waiting for I/O, like a database query, the server can process other requests. This significantly increases throughput for I/O-bound applications. Which Python library is most commonly used by modern frameworks for converting complex data types to and from JSON while providing type hints? Option A, Pickle. Option B, Requests. Option C, Pydantic. Option D, Beautiful Soup. The correct answer is C. Pydantic is the backbone of FastAPI and is widely used for data parsing and validation. It uses Python type annotations to enforce data schemas. Unlike JSON or Pickle, which just serialize, Pydantic ensures the data structure matches the definition, providing a layer of security and reliability. In a RESTful API, how should a collection of orders belonging to a specific user be represented in the URL path? Option A, get _user _orders. Id equals 123. Option B, users 123 orders. Option C, orders for user 123. Option D, user orders 123. The correct answer is B. RESTful design patterns suggest a hierarchical structure using nouns to represent sub-resources. You follow the pattern resource id sub-resource. Therefore, users 123 orders is the standard way to denote all orders associated with the user having ID 123. What is the function of CORS middleware in a Python web API? Option A, to compress the response body to reduce latency. Option B, to allow or restrict requests from different origins, domains. Option C, to handle database connection pooling. Option D, to generate API documentation automatically. The correct answer is B. CORS, cross-origin resource sharing, is a security feature implemented by browsers. Middleware in frameworks like FastAPI or Flask is used to set the access control allow origin headers, which tell the browser whether it is safe to allow a web application running on one domain to access resources from your API on another domain. When testing a Python API, what does the test client in FastAPI Starlet allow you to do? Option A. Stress test the server's hardware limits. Option B. Simulate HTTP requests to the app without running a full live server. Option C. Automatically deploy the code to a production environment. Option D. Check the code for syntax errors only. The correct answer is B. The test client allows developers to write unit and integration tests using libraries like PyTest. It uses the requests library interface to send virtual requests to the FastAPI app, allowing you to assert status codes and response bodies without the overhead of starting a network server. Which of the following is a key component of a JWT JSON Web Token? Option A. The database connection string. Option B. The user's plain text password. Option C. The signature. Option D. The HTML template. The correct answer is C. A JWT consists of three parts separated by dots: header, payload, and signature. The signature is used to verify that the sender of the JWT is who it says it is and to ensure that the message wasn't changed along the way. It is created by signing the encoded header and payload with a secret key. In FastAPI, what is the primary benefit of using the depends function? Option A. It speeds up the execution of the function by caching results. Option B. It allows for code reuse and facilitates testing by injecting mock dependencies. Option C. It automatically connects to a PostgreSQL database. Option D. It converts JSON to XML automatically. The correct answer is B. Dependency injection. D. Via depends allows you to share logic, like authentication, database sessions, or common parameters, across different path operations. It makes code more modular and allows you to easily swap out real dependencies for mocks during testing. Which Flask extension is specifically designed to simplify the creation of REST APIs by providing better structure for resources? Option A. Flask SQL Alchemy. Option B. Flask RESTful. Option C. Flask Migrate. Option D. Flask Cores. The correct answer is B. Flask RESTful is an extension that adds support for quickly building REST APIs. It encourages best practices by using class-based views called resources and provides built-in tools for request parsing and output field formatting. What is the standard port used by HTTPS for secure communication? Option A, 80. Option B, 8080. Option C, 443. Option D, 22. The correct answer is C. Port 443 is the default port for HTTPS. HTTP over TLS SSL. Port 80 is used for unencrypted HTTP. When deploying a Python API, ensuring it runs over 443 is critical for protecting data in transit. How do you define an optional field in a Pydantic model in Python 3.10+? Option A. field underscore name. str, none equals none. Option B, field underscore name. Optional. str. Option C, field underscore name. str equals required. Option D, field underscore name. str. The correct answer is A. In Python 3.10 and newer, the union operator can be used with none to define an optional field. By setting a default value of none, Pydantic recognizes that the field is not required in the incoming request body, while optional str from the typing module still works. str none is the modern standard. What is UVicorn in the context of Python API development? Option A, a database ORM. Option B, an ASGI server implementation. Option C, a front-end framework. Option D, a testing library. The correct answer is B. UVicorn is a lightning-fast ASGI, asynchronous server gateway interface, server implementation, using UV loop and HTTP tools. It is the standard server used to run FastAPI applications, as it supports the asynchronous capabilities required by the framework. FastAPI automatically generates interactive API documentation. Which tool does it use by default at the docs endpoint? Option A, Postman. Option B, Redoc. Option C, Swagger UI. Option D, GraphQL. The correct answer is C. By default, FastAPI serves Swagger UI at docs. Swagger UI allows users to interact with the API directly from the browser by sending requests and viewing responses. FastAPI also provides Redoc at Redoc as an alternative documentation view. In FastAPI, which exception should you raise to return a specific HTTP status code and a message to the client? Option A, value error. Option B, HTTP exception. Option C, runtime error. Option D, API error. The correct answer is B. FastAPI provides an HTTP exception class. When you raise this exception, e.g., raise HTTP exception, status underscore code equals 404, detail equals item not found, FastAPI catches it and converts it into an HTTP response with the specified status code and a JSON body containing the detail. Which tool is commonly used with SQL Alchemy in Python APIs to handle database schema changes and version control? Option A, Pylint. Option B, Alembic. Option C, Docker. Option D, Pandas. The correct answer is B. Alembic is a lightweight database migration tool for usage with SQL Alchemy. It allows developers to track changes to the database models and apply those changes to the actual database schema in a controlled, versioned manner. What does the statelessness constraint in REST imply? Option A, the server must store user session data in memory. Option B, each request from a client must contain all the information necessary to understand and complete the request. Option C, the API cannot be used by mobile devices. Option D, the server never sends status codes. The correct answer is B. Statelessness means that the server does not store any state about the client session on the server side. Every request is independent. If a request requires authentication, the credentials, or token, must be included in every single request. Which of these is a micro-framework for Python that is known for being lightweight and easy to start with? Option A, Django. Option B, Flask. Option C, Kubernetes. Option D, TensorFlow. The correct answer is B. Flask is classified as a micro-framework because it does not require particular tools or libraries. It has no database abstraction layer, form validation, or any other components where pre-existing third-party libraries provide common functions. How do you access query parameters in a FastAPI path operation function? Option A, by reading from request args. Option B, by defining them as function arguments that are not part of the path. Option C, by using the @query_param decorator. Option D, by parsing the raw URL string. The correct answer is B. In FastAPI, if you declare a function argument that is not part of the path, the curly braces in the root, FastAPI automatically interprets it as a query parameter. For example, in def read_items, q str equals none, single quote, q will be treated as an optional query parameter in the URL. What is the purpose of hashing passwords before storing them in a database? Option A, to compress the password to save space. Option B, to ensure that even if the database is leaked, the original passwords remain unknown. Option C, to speed up the login process. Option D, to allow the server to retrieve the original password if the user forgets it. The correct answer is B. Hashing is a one-way cryptographic function. You should never store plain text passwords. By storing the hash, you can verify a user's password by hashing their input and comparing it to the stored hash. But you cannot reverse the process to find the actual password. What is the role of Gunicorn when deploying a Flask application? Option A, it acts as a WSGI HTTP server to handle multiple worker processes. Option B, it is a load balancer like Nginx. Option C, it is used to compile Python code into C++. Option D, it manages CSS and JavaScript assets. The correct answer is A. Gunicorn, Green Unicorn, is a Python WSGI HTTP server for Unix. It is a pre-fork worker model, meaning it manages a portfolio of worker processes to handle multiple requests simultaneously, providing stability and concurrency for Flask apps in production. What does the S in JSON stand for? Option A, standard. Option B, script. Option C, simple. Option D, serial. The correct answer is B. JSON stands for JavaScript Object Notation. It is a lightweight data interchange format that is easy for humans to read and write and easy for machines to parse and generate. It has become the de facto standard for APIs. What is the purpose of background tasks in FastAPI? Option A, to run tasks after returning the response to the client. Option B, to handle database backups once a week. Option C, to keep the server running when the terminal is closed. Option D, to perform calculations in parallel using the GPU. The correct answer is A. FastAPI's background tasks allows you to define tasks to be run after the request has been processed and the response has been sent. This is useful for things like sending emails or processing uploaded files where the user doesn't need to wait for the task to complete. What is the most common way to version a REST API to avoid breaking changes for existing users? Option A. Changing the database table names. Option B. Including the version in the URL path, e.g., v1 users. Option C. Deleting the old API and forcing everyone to upgrade. Option D. Using different programming languages for different versions. The correct answer is B. URL versioning is a widely accepted practice. By including v1 or v2 in the path, developers can introduce new features or breaking changes in a new version while maintaining the old version for users who aren't ready to migrate yet. In Flask, what does JSONify do? Option A. It converts a Python dictionary into an HTTP response object with an application JSON MIME type. Option B. It prints a dictionary to the console. Option C. It validates that a string is a valid JSON. Option D. It turns a JSON file into a Python list. The correct answer is A. The JSONify function in Flask wraps the creation of a response object with the JSON representation of the given arguments. It also sets the content type header to application JSON, which is necessary for the client to understand that the response is JSON. Which HTTP status code represents created and is often returned after a successful POST request? Option A, 200 OK. Option B, 201 created. Option C, 204 no content. Option D, 301 moved permanently. The correct answer is B. While 200 OK is a general success code, 201 created is the specific and correct status code to return when a request has been fulfilled and has resulted in one or more new resources being created. What is the risk of including sensitive information like API keys directly in the source code? Option A. It makes the code run slower. Option B. It can be accidentally committed to version control and exposed to the public. Option C. It prevents the API from connecting to the internet. Option D. It causes the Python interpreter to crash. The correct answer is B. Hardcoding secrets is a major security vulnerability. If the code is pushed to a public repository, like GitHub, anyone can see the keys and gain unauthorized access to your services. The best practice is to use environment variables in a .env file that is excluded from version control. That wraps up our 30 practice questions for Python API development. I hope these detailed explanations helped clarify some of the trickier concepts in REST, FastAPI, and Flask. If you found this helpful, please give the video a thumbs up and share it with your fellow developers. Don't forget to comment your score below. I'd love to see how you did. For a complete, timed practice exam experience, be sure to check the full course link in the description below.